Glorious day to you, my friends. Nitora adehana askahea. Welcome to day number 137 of being this blissful existence, illuminating and nurturing grace. Niataria sha'asokutoro. All forms of grace. Nihashaya atakatatia retatara. Day number 137. This is the first day of Ajna, Anya, the way my people call it. Maybe in these 3 days we'll explore the two different meanings. The third eye chakra. 3 days in the third eye in the Vijnana Maya Kosha. This realm of the higher understanding. Yashana ikutora tata atahayara si ekachara nahiso toroto. This intuition. We got three days, 2 days, that's 5, 1, 1, 0, and another 3 days, so that's 8 more days, including today. We end next Saturday, 144 days. Since we're spiraling up, well, the imagery they gave me at the beginning is we're spiraling up this great pyramid of the self here, to the edge of the matrix. Going to poke our head through the hub of the Dharma chakra, using the Eye of Providence, gain a divine perspective on this reality. Well, that's what we're doing now. We've released the kosha of Ana, this Annamaya kosha, this nourishment, the physicality, and we placed more of our roots into our heart center for the true nourishment of our soul. We have already built our foundation in our heart center, and we've utilized the prana. We've taken off our prana maya kosha. We've taken off this idea of energy and energy in the body. We've accepted our true self. And we've let go of the reins of control to our inner being from our, even though we've adopted our true self or non-egoic self, there's still essence of ego, of what I want. And as we let go of control, hand over the reins, so our inner being, our true self, can drive. And then we spent 8 days in the heart, in the Manomaya Kosha, after we release this Pranamaya Kosha, this energetic body. And we're only in the realm of the mind and the heart. And we subtly dealt with cycles, the cycles of the moon, happy full moon, and the cycles of breath, all vreti. This includes the cycles of the Dharma Chakra, and the churning of the ocean of milk. It also includes the cycles of life. And just like in the activity of the day, when we took off our Manomaya Kosha, this piece of clothing of the mind, we have paused time. We've stopped all cycles because our mind is the one that's creating them all. We've stopped all cycles. We're resting is the easy way to think of it. Time is resting. Our mind is resting. Creation is resting. Destruction and change are resting. We're dealing with what is. We're maybe dealing with is a harsh word. Shaya atar tiniariata suka aati yakana arahashaya. With the ease of the higher mindset, when we took off this mind and we are delving into this Vijnana Maya Kosha, this higher knowledge and understanding. And that's the word that they keep stressing, understanding. no judgment on anything because it simply is. Kachiya no toryoto. He didn't tell me during the 5-day segment of Vishuddha that we're really dealing with the Bhur. You already know what the title is. I'm pretty sure I know, but hikaskana etara. The Gayatri starts with Om, Bhur, Bhuva, Svaha. And what's interesting is that, well, we've been chanting the Gayatri and other in the Vedas before they were written. Language started before writing. Niachara askanahi tor utaryata. We're dealing with this Gayatri. Niachara skana asokora hatayariyatata. The essence of how it all started, this beauty of it. Kashana suku utoriyatatarata. My belief is that everything that is written and is said, all the sacred texts, are not the truth. They're just leading us to our truth. And our truth is how we see it. How we see it. Which is what we're going to talk about with Ajna, the third eye, our intuition, our insight, our insight. We pause time. We're going to continue this thought experiment. This thought experiment outside of time, observing this matrix, this reality. And what you observe and what you conclude is what matters, which is why we and they are promoting journaling, so that you can document what you're discovering about you and how you interpret this world, and how you interpret this reality, and what your limitations are, how to see them for what they are, how to move beyond them. This full moon is an amazing full moon. Maybe I'll have time today to make a video about it. Ishkana hasuka aya. With the ease of nurturing, Sukha Aya, Nyacha Atarya Chana Akutorita, this mothering of who we are, this nurturing of our essence, this grace, Kaisihi Acharana Hatuta Arnaha, Si Aryata Hadnata Koruto. As we're subtly understanding the Bhur, the thing, the eight, the earth. Bhuva. Ishana Tukurya, the meaning of it. The moon. The zero. And then the Svaha, the self, the sun, the one. So we're dealing with the one, the zero, and the eight. We're dealing with the Bhuva, Svaha. And when they write it, it's really interesting. Om, they write it as one word. Bhuva, 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 Svaha, Nyacharata. And it's written other ways. Suva, Nichaharadeyatara. It does not matter. It does not matter. This reality is all about how we apply meaning to all of it. That's all that it is. That's all that it is. And in these 3 days, we're going to dive into how we apply meaning, how do we see meaning in what is. And today, it's interesting, this thought experiment. During Vishuddha, we were only in this matrix. We were only observing this matrix, this observing all the things. Where does our insight lead us? Where do we see the meaning in what is, and where do we see the meaning outside of time, outside of this matrix? So I invite you to relax and then close your eyes. Whether you lie down, whether you sit in seated meditation, it does not matter. Ease and comfort will allow the richest experience. As we allow our breath to be natural, and we simply rest. As our thought experiment, as we step outside of time, we pause time. We give our mind a rest, and we allow our consciousness to observe, to be aware. We've already set aside our sense of self. We've already allowed to rest our mind, the cycles, time, as we continue to allow creation to rest, as we continue to allow destruction or change to rest. As we understand meaning, the value to the individual, the value to the whole. During the 5 days of Shuddha, excuse me, during the 5 days of Shuddha, we observed everything. We observed all the values in all the fields. Each level of excitement. And we learned that everything is noble. Everything already is known. And as we focused our awareness, it can become consciously known. So let us take a snapshot. And let us observe two things. One is you in this snapshot. And remember that that time is paused in this snapshot. It is one snapshot in time. Pick any two people where one is you. And let us pick somebody that we do not know as the other. As we observe ourselves as we observe the Bhur, the things. And as we try to understand ourselves, we will apply the same process to the other person to understand the other. Let us pick the same snapshot that we used yesterday when we explored ourselves, when we explored the blockage, the resistance in one of our chakras. We explored its values yesterday and its field of influence. We explored at the atomic level. And we zoomed in and explored at the subatomic level. We explored its isness, what is, all of the values in all of the subatomic fields. And we even rewinded and fast-forwarded to understand how these subatomic fields excited each other. And did you notice that each of these fields were simply exciting each other at the subatomic level? There is no negativity. There are charges that are negative. The fields simply excite themselves, excite each other. There can be an excitation in a positive direction or an excitation in the negative direction. That is it. And as we zoom out to the atomic level, these fields influence each other, they excite each other. And the atoms bond to each other, they share electrons, they give each other, they share, they release. And as we zoom out and we zoom out, in our mind, we gave that experience meaning. As we explore the history of that particular imprint, that blockage, that resistance, let us communicate to the consciousness of that blockage. Let us also communicate with the consciousness of our mind, our heart mind, and what we believe is our conscious mind, to probe all of the understandings of each of these things. And let us go back all the way in time, rewind as far as possible where this particular imprint originated. Why did it first come about? What was the meaning? What was the value, the emotional value that caused you to store it, to place it as an imprint. What was still needed by this? As you saved it because it was not complete. You wanted to save it for a rainy day. Or you wanted to save it because there was a piece missing. You wanted to save it because you wanted to remember to avoid it because it was uncomfortable. Or you wanted to remember it because you wanted to see it again. You wanted to experience it again. Now that we understand its origin and its original value, its original meaning of why you retained it, let us fast forward back to the snapshot. Let us observe it again. Has its meaning and value emotionally, has it changed? As we rewind and fast forward, how has its sphere of influence, its fields of influence, how have they changed in their isness, and how have they changed in their emotional value, and how has it influenced other experiences and other interpretations of other experiences. And now that you understand its value and its influence, what does it need to be complete? Ask the imprint. Ask your heart. Ask your mind in the snapshot. Each of them are a part of the consciousness. What does it need to be complete? Now that we're going to cause the change, we are simply understanding because we respect that entire process from the origin of it to its present moment. We're simply understanding, allowing it to be. Now that we understand that, let us observe someone else that we do not know. And let us find, as we observe their energetic field, we observe their body, as we observe their chakras, select one imprint, select one obstacle, one piece of resistance, and since you know yourself and your meaning, let us repeat this process for someone else. And let us zoom in, not quite to the atomic level yet, but let us go. Press rewind and fast forward to see how this changes over time and how it influences what is its field of influences. How is it interacting with the conscious mind, the unconscious mind, the heart mind? How is it interacting with the rest of the energetic body? How do its field of influence cause a ripple effect? Or is it so large that its sphere of influence encompasses their whole energetic body? What is it? And let us zoom in to the atomic level, where we see the atoms and the molecules and how they bind. And what are the fields of influence? And then to the subatomic level, the quantum level. What are the excitations in the fields, and how do they interact with each other? As we rewind and fast forward to understand how it changes. And again, let us zoom out to the whole body. And let us ask the consciousness of this imprint. What is its value? What is its meaning? Why is it here? Ask it, how did it become? And let us ask the conscious mind and the unconscious mind and the heart mind of this person. And let us press rewind to the origin of this imprint. As we observe how it became, what was the experience that this person wished to remember. So it placed it in its pocket of its energetic field. What was the value of the original experience? Was it a negative value to avoid? Was it a positive value to remember and to repeat? And let us ask the mind and the heart mind as they all cooperated to create this imprint. And as we fast forward, back to the present moment, back to the snapshot. And now that we understand how this person applied value to remember Bhur, Bhuva, and how it impacted Svaha, the individual self, and the collective consciousness. And as we compare and contrast, as we notice the similarities and the differences of how you imprinted and how the other imprinted, what was the value of the imprint at the beginning, and what is the value of the imprint in the snapshot? Has it grown? Has it diminished? Has it influenced since the origin? Our insight can understand both the isness and the meaning, as it is already known. As we begin to chant, whether you chant out loud, Om, or whether you chant with your antarnad, your inner sound, it will not cause change in the snapshot. It will not cause change in this thought experiment. And then chanting Soham 100 excuse me. And then excuse me. Kutura nahesiara nahira. And then chanting with our antarnad. Soham. That is. And then transitioning by chanting with our antarnad. Eng. If you're going to chant the breath in for Om, Soham.
Soham, 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 Soham,
As we transition with our Antaranad, chanting Eng, and then simply allowing awareness to rest as everything rests. as we continue to chant. With our antarnad, with our inner sound, transitioning with ang, chanting om or chanting ong 36 times with our antarnad. And then concluding with om, whether you chant it aloud, whether you chant it aloud or chant it with your antarnad. Whether you chant om with your antarnad or you chant it aloud, a breath in for om, om, When you are ready, slowly bring awareness back to the here and now. Maybe invite in some gentle movements. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes and welcome in the new now. Hutur arnahatakita hartinaha. Congratulations, my friends. We have completed day number 137, day number 1 of Ajna, Ashkani Nora Atakaryata, of this Om Bhur Svaha Ishana Itur Atakayacha Anahutara. I encourage you to journal Niyar Yachana Yataryata. Does not matter about what you observed, what you learned about yourself, does not matter. Kitiariana hasa ihitar anahaya karatata. Natar ina hasa ayeuka. Hatari ershana hiko. Hisa atata hatari hita. Shaya a tiaranaha.